All right, guys, you knew I'd be here, right? You asked for the episode, and I'm gonna make it early this morning. And my inbox has been vibrating off of my nightstand with the amount of notifications I've been getting from you guys. Um, let's just sound the alarm right off the bat, because I am here to tell you that Tudor finally did something right. Round of applause for Tudor. Guys, the people in my inbox with supreme consistency have been asking if I'm excited to complain. Because if you guys know me by now, Tudor and I, man, we just don't get along. We're just, you know, we're no, we just yeah, we're not the best of friends, Tudor and I. Why? Well, for a multitude of reasons, but predominantly because they've just become a watchmaker that produces one watch, right? The Black Bay. Different colorations, different iterations of the same watch. It's just utterly boring. It's the same thing with like the Royal Oak, right? I didn't say AP because AP isn't really AP. AP is just Royal Oak. It's just one watch, a carbon copy of the same watch. And then another issue is with Tudor, people can't seem to enjoy their Tudor without also mentioning Rolex. It's weird. It's like Rolex and Tudor are totally autonomous. They do not operate together anymore at all. And also, they don't share any of the same parts. Way back when, Tudors used to have oyster cases. Tudors used to have Rolex bracelets. They used to have Rolex crowns. Nowadays, there aren't components that are shared between the two companies. But if you mention that Rolex is different than Tudor, Tudor fanboys have an aneurysm. And it doesn't make sense because you should just enjoy your Tudor as it is. It's a solid watch. Enjoy it. But I digress. Today we're not complaining about Tudor because they've done something right. Now, it's not a perfect watch. There is one complaint, and you guys probably already know what I'm going to complain about. But it's a step in the right direction, and it's not a Black Bay. So, okay, what are we talking about? Well, shout out to Monochrome Watches for breaking the news. The Tudor Ranger is back, more compact, and now with a Kosk manufacturer caliber. So they have brought back the Tudor Ranger. All right, guys. The Tudor Ranger has a really, really cool history. So most people, we can see here, they bring up that Rolex is known by many for its connection with exploration as of the 1930s, including testing watches in the Himalayan expeditions. People know that things like the Rolex 1016, one of my favorite watches, was very early on, going into some pretty crazy zones, right? Some pretty intense Arctic conditions. People were wearing little Rolex Explorers, right? Well, people were also wearing, around the same time, these little Oyster Princes, all right? And we see some right here with some very nice patination, those radium hands burning into that dial. Very nice watch. Again, this is an Oyster case, Rolex crown on a leather strap. Very, very cool. But we're not talking about this Tudor Oyster Prince. We're going to be talking about these. Oh, wow. What is this? It says Ranger at the bottom. Also, these big numerals here, kind of reminiscent of another watch. That's right. I'm making the cardinal sin of immediately talking about Rolex when we talk about Tudor. But there's a reason that I've always had a soft spot for the Tudor Rangers, and it's because of the 1016, right? 1016 is my grail watch. This is the perfect Rolex Explorer, in my opinion. This is a watch I would love to see Rolex reissue, but they won't. But you know who will make a really cool reissue? Tudor. With the Tudor Ranger. Man, this is probably one of Tudor's best watches. I'm not going to lie. And we can see these modern ones kind of dwarf the OG Tudor Prince Rangers. This is going to be a 39 mil. And this is where my first complaint comes in. I kind of wish that they made it 36 because let's be honest, Rolex did the right thing, bringing it back down to 36 millimeters. Their Rolex Explorer. giving you that option to have a properly sized oyster case on the wrist, especially when we're talking about functional field watches. This is going to be a bit bigger at 39. Still not going to be enormous. Look at this on a Bund strap. Want to join the Bundesrepublik? People have been begging me to do that bit again. But here's the thing that is going to be, I think, the biggest change for most people. This is an entirely new case, okay? So it's not sharing a case with a Black Bay or anything. It is reminiscent of another Black Bay's case, but that's not going to be the biggest change. The biggest change is that this also shares a movement with a Black Bay. It's not going to be an ETA caliber movement like the other Tudor Rangers. This is going to be a Kosk in-house movement, which I believe is also in the Black Bay 58. Let me see. They have... Let's see. Yes. So this is the caliber MT5402, previously powered ETA source movement. The Ranger now relies on the same movement as the Black Bay 58. So this is the same movement as the Black Bay 58. We can see here there are 3 options on a bracelet, on what looks to be like a textile strap, and then what looks to be like a NATO strap. I would go for the bracelet, and then I would immediately put it on a Wrist Candy Watch Club NATO strap. They are a sponsor of mine. TT20, let's see. Oh my gosh, I have a link. You know what? I forgot what the code is. It's wristcandywatchclub.com/discount/teller. But I also have a coupon code. I'll put it in the description for you guys so you can use it. But dude, this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. And I'm going to share with you 2 videos that they posted 2 hours ago. Let's check it out. I'm going to turn off the audio because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Man, we see that crystal bubble up against that flat bezel so perfectly, very vintage. We see some faux patination with that red pip on the second hand. Kind of a broad arrow hour hand almost. Man, this is a good looking watch. I'm going to say, put me on the list. This is a watch that I would wear. This is a Tudor that I personally, Jory Goodman, the time teller, would happily wear on his wrist. This is insane, dude. This is awesome. You see some dudes in parkas getting ready to go explore. Dude, this is mind-blowing. Tudor finally did something that I am incredibly excited about. And you know what? They've been doing some good things. That Black Bay chronograph, it's a little bit too big. Don't like the snowflake hands. But that's a watch I would wear. I think it's a badass watch. But still, this Ranger reissue, incredible. Incredible. So I know people are going to ask, what's the availability? What's the pricing? Well, preliminarily, what we're looking at, and shout out to Monochrome Watch for, again, having everything. So the reference number for this new one is the 79950, 39 mil. Going to be anywhere from 2,600 Swiss francs to 2,900 Swiss francs. So it's going to be mid 2000s to just under 3,000 US dollars. Man, looks great on a NATO. And then here we have all the concise breakdowns. I'll leave a link to Monochrome's expose in the description below. But guys, this is awesome. I think and another thing, they haven't confirmed it, but apparently it's going to be around 11 millimeters thin, which is perfect for a field watch. That's incredibly thin. That's awesome. That is awesome. Won't break the bank. I mean, $3,000 isn't like a little bit of money. It's still a few thousand, but it's much more affordable than a Rolex Explorer at this point. It's a watch that you could actually get and use as a field watch, and you won't feel bad about it. One of the appeals of this watch is that, you know, if I were to shell out the money for a Rolex 1016 right now, I wouldn't use it as a field watch because it's just, I mean, come on, it's a Rolex 1016. but this Tudor Ranger has an incredible history all on its own. It kind of looks similar to the 1016, let's be honest. I'm committing the cardinal sin of comparing a Tudor to a Rolex. But man, it looks good. It has its own history. Reminds me of a Rolex that I love. And you can actually use it as a field watch. 70-hour power reserve, in-house movement, COSC. Love it. Clip it. Good job, Tudor. Good job, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this new release. Which one would you choose? And what do you think about this? Again, your comments help me out in the algorithm. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I love you guys. I'm Jory Goodman. Let time tell, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.